What's up, everybody? Yes, it's that time of the week again, bitch. It's another episode of Old School New School Comedy Podcast, and I am your piece of shit host, Christy Miller. And with me this week is a really dear friend of mine. I'm very excited to have him on the show. He has his Patreon, The Do Crew, and he's also a part of Cash Daddies with Sam Tripoli. And you've probably seen him on Showtime or, on any time, really. So give it up for my dear friend, Howie Dewey.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Excited to be here, man. It's this place rocks better than that other venue we were just at.
Right. Normally we broadcast from the comic strip live on the Upper East Side, but they were having a private event. So at last minute, Howie came out and pulled it out of the bag, and
we're at the Barrow Street Alehouse in the cellar, which I did a lot of recording here during the pandemic. I actually lived in this basement during the pandemic. I had a cot over there, bed,
nice
cell service. It was good. It was a wild year.
So it's a do house.
Yeah, this was the do basement, man. It was crazy. It was like being back in jail again. It was by myself. It was wild.
Oh, you were in solitary confinement.
I was down here. Yep, below the city. Just me and the rats.
Oh, sexy. That's everywhere, really.
Oh, how about during the pandemic, the rats? The rats, how big did those fucking rats get? Because there was no food source. The restaurants shut down. They were eating each other.
They were eating each other and eating the pigeons.
No, I got chased down the street one time by a rat. I thought it was a Rottweiler. It was a
Rottweiler.
Yeah, it was a Rottweiler. It was like a 190-pound rat. And they're quick. So you got to be careful.
They're fucking. They'll jack you. They're in New York, dude.
They're New York rats.
Yeah, but the thing that people don't understand is that rats are part of our ecosystem. The rats and the pigeons, they eat all the garbage that we're too lazy to throw out.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They eat babies too, which,
Well, some babies deserve it.
A lot of babies need to go.
Yeah, I have a list.
Yeah, they do, man. There's one in my apartment.
I'm going to be your mother right now. I'm going to move this off of the wiring.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon our tech. I feel like a child. There you go, darling. You're all ready for school.
Yeah, this is perfect, man. I got my Jewish mom right here.
And I'm not even Jewish. Good night. Thank you. That's how long I lived in New York.
I know, right? Because sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
Like, what is my name? Howie Dewstein? Dewbaum? It's like I forgot,
Dewberg?
Dewberger? It could be.
So if you put a J in front of it, you would totally own the city.
Oh, Christ. I'd be like, are you kidding me?
You should tell people I'm Howie Dewey. Give me the job.
Yeah, I own 4 comedy clubs right here in the village.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. That's what I do.
That's hilarious. So tell everybody, how long have you been doing stand-up?
I guess officially like 11 years, something like that. 10, 11 years,
okay.
12, somewhere between 10. I love the way comics are like, there's a date. And they're like, this is the day I started stand-up. April 12th, 1973 is how the fuck do you remember your date? How do you remember it?
Well, that's like an anniversary. It's like the day, I remember the day I went on stage.
I got married, had a real wife and real kids, and if you bet me $1 million right now that I couldn't remember what day it was, I got married.
Well, that's what husbands do. They don't remember anniversaries.
It was somewhere between March and
hell.
And August.
And today.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, seriously, it's I don't know how you remember. Maybe you can remember the year when you started doing it, but the date, how do you remember the date that you started doing comedy?
You know why? The only reason I remember the day I started doing stand-up was because it was Brad Pitt's birthday.
How? Oh, well, I mean...
I'm a chick. That's what we do. It was December 18th, 1995. And Freddie Soto brought me on stage.
December 8th?
1985.
1985. 95. That was the first day you did. Wow, that's amazing. You remember that.
I don't know. And I remember nothing else.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
Everything's a blur from that day on.
I don't remember anything between 85 and...
Now?
2000. Yeah. Yeah.
Until about 3 o'clock. I don't remember.
Yeah. I know I was in Newark, New Jersey today, and I got lost, and boy, it was a rough neighborhood. But the cop that thought I was doing a drug deal down there was cool enough to tell me how to get back on the highway to get over here. So literally, yeah, you can ask. Yeah, Zach McGovern was right behind me. We had to drive a couple cars back. That sounds shady as shit, but
Yeah.
It was a legit thing, you know.
It was for the VMAs.
Yeah, it was legit. So, but we got lost a little bit in a really rough patch, and I'm like, fuck. You know, there's certain spots in Newark. I don't give a shit. Newark.
Like Newark. Yeah. There's all spots in Newark.
But there's spots where you look at your map, and your map is just going in circles. Like
it's scared.
Your map is like you're fucked.
Your map is scared, and it's trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
It's spiraling out of control.
Yeah, you're in that little place like Christy's strip joint on the corner. You're in a bad spot. You got to move.
Yeah, if you're at my strip joint, you got to move.
Yeah. He got a little hairy there this morning.
So, what do you do for the VMAs? So, what are you doing with Zach McGovern and the VMAs?
You know, we basically were picking up a couple cars. There's a Toyota commercial, and we're just driving the cars around. You know, we're just making sure they get back to the parking deck and back over there where they can use them or whatever. Pretty easy job. It took like an hour, but it pays well. What we were doing is so non-relevant to like the world. The only good thing is like we literally can pull up and I'm here to pick up the cars, and the security's like, what cars? I'm like, the Porsches, the fucking Priuses. Like yeah.
Dude, it's not that serious.
Yeah, those two little silver, the shoe
boxes.
Yeah.
The roller skates.
The tampon cars on wheels from the movie whatever, Will Ferrell. I like that. But like we're there to pick them up. We gotta get them out of here. Oh, there's no ID, nothing. When you say that, they're just hoping they can come get them out.
Well, they just probably assume you know what you're doing, so there's all trust.
We could have sold those things today and like just that, probably made a couple hundred. Hey, you want a new Prius for $500?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably could have gotten in Newark, definitely.
Oh, you could have had those serial numbers scraped off in 10 seconds, and that thing could have been put into a chop shop and come out a real car.
That would have been the move, yeah. But I'll tell you, the new ones, the 20, whatever we got, they got pickup, man. They're hybrids.
They're transition cars?
They're transitioning cars.
Trans cars matter.
I love that. We got to start marching for trans cars, man. Trans cars matter, yeah. How much? And the funny thing was they asked me when we went to pick these things up, they said, look, make sure there's less than a quarter tank. And I'm like, they're hybrids, so how much?
Is a quarter tank.
Yeah. You know how much? $2 of gas. Like $2. I put $2 in and the needle just went through the roof. I mean.
Well, it is transitioning into an electric car.
I can't get used to this new world with this shit. It's
it's the hormones they inject into them. So good for them. Good for those cars. Those cars deserve rights too.
They have. I'll tell you, they're clean. No diseases in those cars whatsoever. They're clean damn cars.
I love that they're Prius. They should be she-is, he-is, and they-is. That's our show, folks. Good night.
That's it. Drop that mic right there.
That's fucking funny.
That's beautiful. So we did that today, and it sucks. I missed a couple football games, but I didn't miss a lot.
Everybody lost. It's okay.
My Jets play tomorrow, though. Oh, my Jets play tomorrow.
They're gonna lose. It's okay. We get that. I'm a Raiders fan. We're gonna lose.
Monday night, first home game. Buffalo Bills.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm on the 50-yard line, man. I'm by myself. I'm going by myself.
You're going to the game on the 50-yard line?
Yeah,
I got going with you?
I got sick tickets. My seats are insane. Like right 30 feet above, right on the 50, above the Jets, and I'm by myself. I bought one ticket. Yeah.
Dude, you're going to have so much fun.
I'm going to have a blast.
You're going to have so much fun losing sitting next to the 50-yard line.
The game's at 8.
You can yell at the players while you're there.
The game's at 8:30, and I was told to show up at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pumped. I'm gonna go see a couple old buddies here. I got some Dominican cousins over in one lot that I'm gonna go see. They're great. They're wild. Best crew. If you ever want to party with a crew that just is the best time for 2 or 3 days, party with some Dominicans. Fucking love them.
Oh, they're up for 7 days straight partying.
Dude, they're the best. I love those people, man.
They have strollers out at 2 a.m. The kids are at 6-month-old babies are partying, throwing down. They're a fun bunch.
I went to the Jets Patriot game last year. Smoked a joint with a kindergartner. We had a blast. Talked to the kid he's been through more shit than me.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Welcome to New York.
I fucking love New York.
It's the greatest city on the planet, isn't it?
It's just crazy. Yeah.
You can't You can't make shit up here. You cannot make up the
Now,
things that we see.
Do you still walk around with the brass knuckles?
Yes. Because why not?
Yeah.
Especially at night. Like, there's pockets of the city that aren't quite done yet, back to normal. But most of the city's back to normal.
I think so.
I don't carry them that much anymore. But at night, I still bring them, like when I go to the clubs in the village. And I like to walk home from the village.
Punch a fucking comic.
Oh, that's who I really want to hit as
Hey,
a fucking comic.
Nice set.
You suck. Boom. Quit comedy. Boom.
Dude, what are you doing? Whack.
Dude, you know how many? You know I've told people to quit comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
It's hard not to.
I've told myself to quit comedy.
Oh, I tell myself
God.
that 3, 4, 5 times a day.
A week, yeah.
Daily.
But no, I have like, I had a situation one time where I was running a room, not because I wanted to, because the main dude was like not there, and I love him. But I had situations where, a comic would get off, brutal, and just blame the club, the crowd,
Yep.
the other comics who are like real comics, and that's like, hey, come here, Jimmy, sit down. It's a little talk.
Yeah.
So what job did you have before this? Were you okay at it? Did you ever think about going back? I mean, I'm not telling you to, but yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and make some money. Make something out of your life.
Yeah. Get out of this.
Yeah, because you're going to be miserable.
And any comic to me that blames the crowd can go fuck themselves. Bad crowds are like 1 in 1,000. I mean, I've had bad crowds where they just you know what I mean? Like they're just assholes.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking rare. It's the most rarest thing. It's up to the comics, and I love these new jacks that blame the fucking crowd. Ooh, they fucking suck. No, dude, you suck.
How do you blame a crowd? They paid money to hear someone laugh. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess in certain neighborhoods, if it's all cousins and, maybe you could have a bad group. But no, man, your job, look,
if you're good, you can command the room.
Bring them back. Bring them back.
You can command a room if you're good. If you're not, then I've had comics get off, because I used to judge contests here in the city. Kim Danae and Julius used to do these contests, and they would have me judge. And there was a comic that came off stage after the contest and said, Christy, what did you think of my set? And all I said to him was, quit comedy. That was it, and I walked away.
Seriously.
I was like, dude, just quit comedy. It's not for you.
Yeah. I mean, I was one that when I first started out, I sucked.
We all did.
And then,
except for Teddy Smith. He'll tell you he didn't suck.
I fucking love Teddy.
Teddy's the greatest.
Yeah, the trooper. I love Teddy, man. Teddy's the best. But no, I can remember my first. I was brutal. I got a little. Every then I would do a 5-minute set. 30 seconds would be all right. But then I started hosting, and like I was saying earlier, I probably hosted 300-400 shows a year. That's all I did. I just hosted. And you get a feeling of this works, this doesn't, this, possibly, I don't know. I suck. I should quit. Maybe not.
But if you're a real comic, we tell ourselves that every day.
Yeah.
Every day we look in the mirror and go, you should just fucking quit. Give it up. This fucking sucks.
What
This
are you
lifestyle
doing?
is horrible. It's brutal. There's no payoff. We're just struggling for the rest of our lives to do what we love. And that's what we tell ourselves every day. And then we go on stage at night and murder, and we go, oh yeah, that's why I do it. And then we come home and try to kill ourselves again. It's just the cycle. But it's like some of these, like hosting to me, I hosted for a long time at the Comedy Store in the 90s and the early 2000s, especially with the potluck.
Yeah, you were right in it.
So, the first hour, and we didn't have 5-minute sets in LA. For you guys, when I moved out here and I'm like, open micers get 5 minutes, that's scary. That's a lot. And in LA, we only got 3. So you had to put up or shut up.
You got to bring it hard,
you
bang,
got to go
bang,
out there with
bang.
one. Yeah, you got to murder them. So imagine in 1 hour from 7 to 8 o'clock, it's all open micers, 3-minute sets, and you have 20 of them to bring up in an hour. So it's like a cycle. So you got to constantly bring them up, down, up, down, up, down. Then the second hour was the employee comics. They got like 6 minutes each, and there was like 12 of them. And then Mitzi would come in and do her showcases from 9 to 10 and sprinkle in people. But then from there, at 10 o'clock, after you've been on stage for 3 hours, then you did your 10-minute set. and then you turn the room over to the pop-ins.
Well, I kind of like that.
It was amazing.
Because that cuts the fat quickly.
Yep.
If you don't have 3 to 5 well-crafted quick bangers,
yep,
get the fuck off.
Yeah, and one thing I learned from Mitzi Shore was that in 30 seconds, she knew if you had it or not.
That's like Tripoli always says that. Tripoli's like, well, you got passed. He goes, and she passed you. You could go somewhere and just take a big breath and be like, okay, I may have a future here.
Yeah. When she passed you, like, she was like, it was definitely like, let the pants go and relax. And like, okay, now I just, it was like that game on The Price is Right, you know, that where they're climbing up the mountains and not go over the top, but like you get over the top, you wouldn't crash, but it was like you made it to the top of the mountain.
Right. At least you felt, okay, I can continue breathing through this oxygen mask.
Yeah.
Because that's comedy, man. It's like, it's
brutal.
I try to tell other people, like, I'm different than a lot of comedians, most. I wasn't one of those kids that when I was 10, I want to be a comic. No. I went to fucking college. I worked a real job, 12 hours a day. I went through a marriage, got divorced, had kids, got kicked in the balls 7,000 times before I started doing comedy. And I watched it, entered a contest, lost the contest, and my buddy was like, you have to go up and do 5 minutes. I did something stupid. It wasn't jokes. I didn't know how to tell jokes. I just told some dumb story.
Right.
Won a little money. Some dude's like, if you ever want to take it serious, you should go to New York or LA. And I was like, okay. Oh, this looks easy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be fuck Bill Burr. I'm funny as
legend.
I'm funny as shit. I came to New York. Oh my God, man! The first 6 months, I went home to my girlfriend, and she goes, "How's it going?" I said, "Let me tell you something. I've known you since 3rd grade, which I have." I'm like, "Do you think I'm funny?" And she goes, "No, I've never thought you were funny. I really don't even know why you're doing this shit because you're," and like I'm just getting crushed. And it was the biggest kick. I'm like, this is not for me. There must be some formula. And like I told you, literally, I was about to give it up. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get stage time. I sucked, and I did. I fucking blew. Like I did a bringer one night. This is a true story. This is the first real show I ever, not a show, bringer show I did. Right. This is like 11 years ago at the Stand. And it's packed. Because, people are bringing, I don't know, their fucking families, whatever. Yeah, exactly. I had like 3 people there. And my girlfriend was sitting in the back. And I opened up with a joke, which in my life I've told it once. And that was the night I told it. I told it once. I said the joke. And it was so beyond bad. It wasn't beyond bad. It was so beyond bad. The whole crowd was silent looking at me. And I heard a scream in the back. Someone went, "Ah! Oh my God!" And I'm like, fuck. It was my girlfriend. Like, hilarious. She was screaming, laughing because she was enjoying watching me eat a dick so hard in front of 50 people. She thought that was the greatest thing in the world. She's like, I got done. And I'm like, how was it? And she was crying, laughing. She was like, oh my God. You're like the next Richard Pryor. She goes, holy shit, you got to continue to do this just so I can bring my friends to see you. Because I was that bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was so brutally bad. And I'll say this. Shout out Dustin Chafin, old Greenwich Village Comedy Club. He didn't like me. And I was trying to get stage time there, and he was like, no. And then the stage broke. Their stage broke. Well,
it's so state of the art there. I'm surprised it did.
You didn't get bit by a rat or anything, but the stage broke. And he was like, how quickly can you
The
fix
weight
it?
Capacity of the stage is 13 pounds.
Yeah. They have a lot of anorexic chicks crushing it on that stage. But I came in, I fixed the stage in one day, we finagled. I went 10 spots, 2, 5, 3. I got 4. I sucked on all 4. I was horrible. Dude, the best.
Thank God for your carpentry skills.
And I wasn't one of those guys. I wasn't one of those comics that was like, what are you? I crushed. I was like, nah, I sucked. I sucked at the 7:30 show. I sucked at the 10 o'clock, and I was worse at the midnight. I was that guy. I came off stage one time, and I knew I bombed. I bombed so bad. I bombed with like 17 jokes right in a row.
Oh, my God.
And I walked back, and it was Dustin and it was Giannis Pappas, and it was Mike Britt was standing up.
I love Mike Britt.
He was near one of the funniest fucking guys I've ever seen in my life.
I love that guy.
And Dustin looked at me. He goes, "Hey man," he goes, "I like the way you're working." He goes, "Amazing set, keep it up." And I looked, and as soon as he said that, fucking Mike Britt just went. Fucking like, honestly, they were all laughing at me so hard because I was that bad.
Oh my god!
And yeah, he was crying, laughing. I'm like, that's fucked up. And they were laughing so hard. They knew it. They knew I bombed. They knew I knew it, and they were just busting my ass. Like, but if you said that to a kid today, he would probably run out in front of traffic, like.
Or he would either run out in front of traffic, or he would tell you were wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. I'm really
funny,
I'm
and
really
you don't
good.
get it, and I have 100,000 followers.
My aunt, who helped me with my Instagram, she says I'm really funny. You know that pancake joke I have? It crushes.
Yeah, I shared a video that went viral, so I'm funnier than you, okay? You didn't fucking gotta.
You get that? Oh my God, it's amazing
I can't with these kids. I've turned into my mother, the kids today, you know. That's what this podcast should be called, The Kids Today, and just bitch about the kids.
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
Well, you know what it is? Here's the problem. You've been around. You know the deal. Stand-up is different than anything else. It's not acting.
Nope.
It's not improv.
Nope.
It's not social media.
Nope.
It's you on stage with a dark room like this with however many, 50, 60, 150 people. You're by yourself.
Yeah, and it's your thoughts and your own words.
And if you don't put those thoughts and words together in a proper way, they're going to bomb. You're going to eat a dick, man.
Yeah. It's different with a play or a song as a musician, or with an improv troupe where you have stuff prepared for you and you can lean on people or hide behind a character or a song or an instrument. It's you against the world. And that's what people, they think our craft is so fucking easy. So I tell them, people people think, because every time I go on the road or something, it's oh, you're great. People tell me I should do stand-up, and I go, really? Then do it.
Yeah.
You think you're that great? Then do it. Go.
Yeah.
Go. I dare you. I dare everybody out there to do stand-up. I think instead of, like, you know how the Israelis you have to go into the army when you graduate college,
18.
high school at 18?
Yeah.
I think people, when they graduate high school, have to go on the road as a comic. And they have to get these shithole rooms and work these rooms and feel how it feels to be fucking shit on and rejected and yelled at.
And make $60
in a year.
Yeah. Quit your UPS driving because you're the funniest brown guy out there.
Yeah, you kill it in the truck with the guys in the break room.
Yeah, quit that $120,000 a year plus benefits job, and come into a basement in New York and get a bottle thrown at you, and maybe make $30, $40.
Yeah, and living the dream is what I always say.
It's like, oh my God. And I don't know why I kept going. I'm like, what am I doing? And I would come home every night. My girlfriend would be like, crying, laughing, like, how'd you do tonight? Oh my God, you suck. And then we'd go over jokes, and she'd be like, and she would give me one. I'm like, no, I'm not telling you. I can't say the N-word on stage. No. I'm not doing that. No. And her brother, her whole family, because they're black, they're like, Howie, you'd be the only white comic. Do it. You got to do it. I'm like, no.
You would get murdered.
No. I've never said that word in my life anyways. And I used to go to family reunions on my girl's side. And she's half black, half terrorist, bin Muhammad. Mm-hmm. And
oof.
Yeah. So I'd go to family reunions.
Does 9/11 hurt her feelings?
we got to be in different rooms. She's like, she celebrates. I'm like,
she's like, woohoo, we're getting plane tickets today.
Yeah. No, but I will tell you this, the plane ticket thing.
Uh-huh.
So we got together 11 years ago.
Right.
And I'm in Atlanta. She's up here. We're talking about what we're going to do, move down here, up there, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we're in the Atlanta airport. It's a true story. And this is before the Fast Pass, Easy Pass, Clear, none of that shit.
Right.
So we're flying from Atlanta to Newark.
Okay. And
she said real quick, listen, we're going to probably get stopped. They're going to they're going to pull me aside. I'm like, why? And I've known her since third grade.
Right.
But her middle name, literally on her license, it says Bin Muhammad. I'm not going to say her last name, but so I'm like, they're going to pull you. She goes, they always do. They're going to ask me a couple questions. And I start laughing. That's fucking awesome. I'm like, that's going to be hilarious. So I'm right behind her. We get right up. This big black lady says, could you come over here for a second? It'll take a second. I ask you a couple questions. She's born in Brooklyn. We graduated high school together.
Right.
I started cracking up laughing. I'm like, this is... So I step back like 6 feet. And she turns around. She's like, what the fuck? Get up here. And the lady said, he's with you? She looked at me like NYPD, racist fucking cop.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, he's with me. And she's like, okay, all right. You guys, this will take a second. So 2 guys come over. They start asking her questions.
Right.
Guy comes over to me. And he said, TSA, he says, how long have you known her? And I was like, you mean like sexually or
just as an acquaintance?
He goes, how long have you known her? I'm like, motherfucker. I go, we met actually, truthfully, when we were like 8 years old. I've known her for decades. Like we met when we were 8. He goes, seriously? I pulled out my phone and I showed a picture of she and I in 3rd grade. I had the fucking worst looking turtleneck on. I looked like I was
it's always about the man. My turtleneck was hideous. I
had a blue turtleneck on me. I looked like my mom was shopping me out to Priest. Like, it was so bad.
Well, like that's a bad thing?
Well, I mean, in my town, it happened a lot.
Listen, it beats putting money in the basket when they pass it. Good night.
Yeah, the priests don't pay.
Yeah, the moms do.
Yeah, moms do.
And the kids do, eh?
Yeah, the kids.
Can you still sit after all these years?
Yeah, I'm getting sore.
At least you were cute enough to get,
Yeah, I had kind of a bowl cut. I don't know. I mean, when I put on my mom's lipstick, I probably looked better. But she literally, the guy asked me, he goes, how long have you known her? And I said, I've known her since 3rd grade. It's been decades. He goes, listen, you're good. She's gave me, you guys can go through. And I looked at the agent and I said, let me ask you a question. Where do you think she was before 3rd grade? I go, because don't they start those little fuckers early? the TSA guy goes, that's fucked up. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up that you're asking me about this stuff right now. This is Atlanta.
Throwing it back in your face, asshole.
I'm like, dude, look how I look like Trump's son, for Christ's sakes. And you're asking me? I'm like, Jesus.
The retarded one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, what was worse was like, these were like TSA, black TSA agents in Atlanta, and man, my girlfriend was pissed. She was pissed. She was going to town upset, and I'm like, well,
change your name.
I was like, your people did do a few things over here.
Oh, I changed over there, you.
She's like, my people? I was in fucking 3rd grade in the same shithole school as you were. I'm like, yeah, well, my name only has 2 names in it, not 17. So, yeah, that was a true story, though, man. It was wild. It was really wild.
That's hilarious.
But I used to go to family reunions, and the whole black side of her family would have bets on who could get me to say the N-word.
Hilarious.
No, they would literally...
That's a real thing.
They had a pool.
Yeah.
They had a pool.
Yeah.
And her brother would be like, yo, Howie. He would come over and put on, like, Biggie Smalls tunes.
Right.
He'd be like, Howie, sing it.
Tricking
and if you don't know, now you know. And his name was Norden. I'd be like, Norden? He'd be like, oh, come on, man. Seriously. He goes, I'll split this with you. Just say it. I swear to God. He would be like, I'll split it. He could just say it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So
and I never did. I had a situation when I was in like 2nd grade. I came home, and my father was a psycho.
Sure.
And he came home one day for no reason. He said, here's the thing. He goes, real quick. He goes, if I ever hear of anybody in this town telling me that you said the word, he goes, don't come home. He goes, I'll kill you. My dad said, I was like 8. And I'm like, okay. He goes, look at me. In your life, that word can never come out of your mouth ever.
Oh, that's sweet.
I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a bird. Like, I had no idea that meant a black person. Like, I'm like, like 2 years later, I'm playing baseball, and I heard one of my buddies say it, and I was like, whoa. Dude, you're not supposed to say that, right? He's like, what? I'm like, I can't say it, man. My fucking father, I can't go home. And like, they were like, what? And I had no idea what it was, what it meant, what the...
So funny.
Until this day, my dad, he's like, yeah, I'm like, that was kind of messed. Dad, you told me you were going to kill me. I was 8. He was like, well, I hope it served you somehow in life. And I'm like, yeah, I've never said it. I never said it.
Yeah, but
that's
why you never said it, because your dad threatened your life. That's great.
I'm the one white dude. I can honestly say there's not a human on this earth that has ever... I've said some bad shit, horrible stuff, but no one's ever heard me say that word, ever. I've never said it. I don't know if it's awesome, but it's true.
Oh, that's great.
My girlfriend's family didn't think so. They were like, fucking say the goddamn word. Say the word so we can get paid.
I say hilarious. They just want you to say it to catch
My girlfriend, her brother was like, Howie, one time. Just say it. And he told me, say it like this. And it won't sound like it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. And he was a security guard for the LA Lakers. Died of COVID. God bless him. Great guy, man.
Bless his heart.
One of the first guys. I met him before I met my girl. But he was a great dude, man. And funny as shit. But yeah, they were setting me up during this whole wedding reunion. And I had guys I didn't know. They come out like, yo, what's up, mate? Just trying to. And I'm like, no, you're in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all in on it.
Yeah, the pool was like $725, man, from what I heard. Yeah, I never said it though. And even my girlfriend was like, say it once, because he's gonna give us $370.
Yeah.
So just say it. And I'm like, nah, man,
no. Now you can't because the pool is so high.
Dude, no.
No, because the pool is so high, you can't. Fuck them. Nobody gets the money.
You go 40 years without tossing that one out there in your sleep? No, I'm gonna die without saying that one. I'll get a tattoo on my dick of like the Rolling Stones before I say that word.
Well, when you die, I'm gonna carve it into your coffin.
That would be funny.
And put it on your tombstone.
That would be funny.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. And so just know that you're gonna be buried with it. So
that'll be okay. Everybody will love that. Yeah. And the best was my girlfriend's mother. She called me that 3 times a day.
Yeah.
She called me that 3 times. How are you, mother? Get your...
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh, God. Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been called it so much because I worked with Paul Mooney. All my friends were black, and they just treated me like them, and it's so funny. Teddy Smith calls me that like 100 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm in his phone as that.
I mean...
It's hilarious. He's in my phone as Tedward L. Smith of the Riverdale Smiths.
That's hilarious. He's a funny motherfucker,
Yes,
man.
he is. Oh, my God. I love you. So, you actually work in stand-up. You open for... He's your best friend, but someone I've known since he first came to LA when he had long hair and looked like a girl.
Tripoli?
Yeah. So you work with Sam Tripoli, who I absolutely love. Like, dude. I love him so much. And
he's from Cortland, New York.
Yeah. Went
to Cortland High School, which there's not a high school in this country that has more 3-eyed, 7-fingered. No, it's a mutant town. And because I went to Cortland State University. I went to the college in his town.
They have a college there?
Dude, it's fucking Red Dragons. We're the best. We play, we're the Red Dragons. I played ball. I played basketball.
It should be the Red Flagons.
Dude,
it's a red flag going in that place.
Cortland State is the greatest. I mean,
What was your theme song? The Deliverance tune?
I don't know if we had one.
Well,
no, the college had the college was all mostly New York, Long Island. Like, I'm from upstate. I'm from like up near Saratoga, Albany. Mm. But Sam was born and raised. He was spawned in that mutant town.
Right, which makes
his father.
I love
his father owned a couple properties that he rented out to the college to. His father was a landlord. We all knew his dad.
Right.
Yeah, he taught at the local high school.
Hilarious.
And when we got talking the first time we ever met, and we started talking, and I'm like, I'm like, the Lumpy brothers. He goes, dude, they live right down there. Lumpy brothers were 2 twins, but they had lumps all over their heads and faces.
Oh my God, because of the inbreeding.
Dude, I'm like, do you know Flipper? No, really, the inbreed. I'm like, Flipper? Flipper had 2 arms like cut off here, and she just walk around. We had every person it was like a circus, that town. and that was his hometown. And
Oh my god.
oh, Sam's great, man.
Sam
you know?
is hilarious. He makes me pee my pants.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he used to, one of my favorite old bit like this, was his what was it, the handicap stripper.
Oh my God.
Remember that bit?
Oh my God. When she came out of her wheelchair.
And then she'd work the pole and smack. Oh, I can't. And he
No.
would work the fucking mic stand. I would die.
And that really happened because Sam?
It's real.
Yeah.
It's Tripoli is the best. Sammy, I love you and I miss you. So
funny bastard, man.
Cocksucker.
He gets so mad at me. He gets so pissed at me. But he'll tell me about his theories, and I'll be like, "Did you get hit in the head this morning?"
Well, he is from Cortland, New York, so it's part of the inbreeding.
I'll
tell you a funny. Let me tell you a funny Tripoli
Awesome.
story. That I don't even know if Sam would even know this. We used to do, like, back in the 90s, late 90s, we used to do, like, the Coconut Teaser on Monday nights. We had a mic there. It was me, him, Hatchell, Eric Marino, and who were the other guys? There's a whole motley crew of us, and that were, like, rolled together. And then we would branch out and do, like, coffee shops and laundromats back then, because it was, like, the dark days of comedy when nobody was going out. We would beg people. We'd hand out Comedy Store tickets, go to hotels, begging people to come to the shows. So we used to do a show at the Hustler Cafe, which was Larry Flint's bookstore / coffee shop.
On West Hollywood?
Yeah, it was on Sunset Boulevard.
Right where it is. They still got a store right there.
I heard it closed down.
Maybe it did.
I don't know. Who cares? But so we used to do a mic there on, I think it was Wednesday nights or something. And one night, we're there. Paul Mooney comes with me because I was like this kid, and he's like, I'm going to come watch you. I go, oh, it's a coffee shop, Paul. I'm coming with you, homie. So we go there, and Tripoli's on stage before I go up, and Mooney's watching him and he looks at me and he goes, he's not white, because he's talking about being white. He goes, he's Armenian. Honey, is he blind? He's not white. He's Armenian.
Hell yeah, he
and
is.
we're dying. I'm crying laughing because Mooney is clocking him. He's like, he's not white. What is he thinking? He's so stupid. You dumb motherfucker. Thinks he's white. See, they're all trying to pass. And then I go up, do my thing, and then Mooney went up. He wanted to go up. So Mooney went up and just roasted everybody and then walked off stage. I could not stop laughing because we're standing in the back and Tripoli's doing his thing. He goes, what? He's not white? It was so funny, great. Man. I'm like, I was choking laughing so hard. So
yeah, LA back in the day. Jeez, it's weird the stages that place went through.
We used to do laundromats in Silver Lake. It was insane. Like, we were doing anything to get stage time.
Yeah.
And then we developed a room at gay clubs, so I had a huge thing at the gay clubs, and then the Comedy Store started to come up again a little bit.
Young comics, you have no idea how good you have it in New York City. You got that stupid Bad Slava shit. There's like 100 open mics every day.
Not only do they not realize how good they have it now with the mics and how many places you can go up now, but they also like how hard it was in the 90s starting out and honing your craft when the comedy scene was dead. Nobody was going to clubs.
Yeah.
So we had to create shows and create venues. And we didn't have social media to market ourselves. We had flyers and windshields and word of mouth and just pounding the pavement. Like they have I feel like when I was your age, we walked one way to the Comedy Store with no shoes in the snow.
Well, plus
it was
like LA, you got the fucking transportation problem.
Yeah, you had to have a car or you were dead.
Yeah, get from Burbank to West Hollywood.
7 days.
So my first time I ever did shows there, Sam had a show right next to the Comedy Store. It was, I don't remember the name of the place. And he was like, I got you on at 10:15. I'm like, cool, because I'm doing flappers or whatever at 9, whatever. I got in the Uber. I'm like, I gave myself plenty of time to get there. We should be there in like, 35 minutes, right? Because it's only like 7 miles. I don't know, whatever. The guy's like, dude, it's going to be an hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, what? So I called him up, and I'm like, I'm not even close. He goes, yeah, that's you
LA.
can only do a certain amount of spots in LA a night. You better be in the same spot.
That's why, like, if you're at the store, like, you'd park it. You were there. Like, you were at the Comedy Store. That was it. And you're at the Improv. you were at the Improv. And if you're at the Laugh Factory, you could get to the Laugh Factory from the Comedy Store pretty easy because it's just down Sunset, but you had to walk. You weren't driving.
You go down the hill and up the hill.
Yep.
You go by the Rainbow Bar and Grill on the right.
Well, the Rainbow was more west. The Laugh Factory was east.
You got the, oh, that's right, because you got
the Rainbow was farther
Whiskey
down.
A Go-Go.
The Rainbow was towards the Viper Room, and the Whiskey A Go-Go, and
well, you got the right. Am I right? The Whiskey A Go-Go, the Viper Room, and then up the hills, the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Yeah, it's all in that. That's west. That's towards Doheny.
Okay, the other way is...
We're east of La Cienega.
You could tell my time in LA, I did a good job with directions. I'm
from there, so I know every block. Like, every block is numbered, and depending on the number of the address on the building, you knew exactly what the cross street was.
And I've been there like 50 times. I've never seen a number on any building, and I've gotten lost quite a bit.
I'm sure you have.
Especially going up those steep hills right behind the...
Behind the store, yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, it's Mitzi had a house up there called Cresta, which was, that house was insane. But I always like to, and I'm so glad you're on the show because it's so much fun to hang out with you, and we have to do more shit together because we have fun. I love to wrap up the show with 2 questions that I always love to ask because I love to hear what everybody's answers is, and everybody has lists of these things. So the first question I always like to ask is there a bit a comic has done that made you go, motherfuck, that's brilliant, I wish I had written that?
Yeah, I did one a couple, about a year ago.
Good night.
Dude, there's so many good bits. Like,
right?
God damn it, man. Like, I mean... Look, man, you know, you got guys like George Carlin, Pryor, Chappelle, whatever, man.
Just do one of the bits if you know it by heart.
I don't know any bit by heart, but like, dude, Mike Britt's got one about like trying to be on a cell phone and tell his wife where he is. And like she has the tracker or something, and she like knows what like billboard he's near, and like fucking just gets cold. The way he tells it, man, it's like I almost pissed myself one night. I was laughing so hard, like, and I'll tell you, I'm one of those that like, I don't know, it's tough to make me laugh, but there's certain comics that just lose it. Yeah, man. Like, he's definitely one of them.
Yeah, Mike Britt is so fucking hilarious. It makes me sick how funny he is.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the most underrated.
Yep.
Like, because I'm sorry, man. I go to see some guys that have 1 billion followers on Instagram, and I watch their
mediocre
30-minute hour special, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
How?
I was honored one night at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. And it was like the early show, and then the next show was getting ready, and Britt was standing in the back by the bathrooms. And you know, from the stage, you could see that one little piece of light. You could see who's standing there. And I was doing my old Kardashian bit, and I literally saw Mike Britt fall over from laughing. And I was like, I'm funny.
I saw him fall over from laughing, too. And that was the night I bombed Bianco fucking bad. Like, it was like I shit. And he was crying.
But that's
he was
laughing
crying.
at you.
He was crying. Oh, he was 100% laughing so hard at me. Like, that was one of those, like, hey, man, no, you shouldn't quit, but you may want to think about it. Maybe think about it.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, and then the other question I like to ask is, because I opened for Paul Mooney for so many years, and Paul would actually wrap up his set with street jokes, and he would Mooney-ize them. Like, he'd change it around and make it a Paul Mooney street joke. What is your go-to street joke that you like to tell?
Oh, God, that is so hard, man. Because right now I have... here's my problem with street jokes. I'll hear great ones, and I can never remember them. I can't remember them. I have, like, this weird thing in my head where, like, I played high school and college basketball, and I was pretty good. And guys will say, do you remember that night we played you at, and I'm like, shit, I know I was there. I know I had 18 points. And it's so weird. I don't remember a goddamn thing, man.
Well, that's because you were in the moment. That's why.
I don't know.
Because I have a lot of those days at the store that I don't remember. I remember being there. I remember the situations, but I don't remember being there in those situations.
All right. There's a joke. There's a joke a girl told me, and she's a bartender, and she said, she goes, "What do you call a one-armed girl?"
What?
I don't know. I can't remember the goddamn punchline, man.
Oh
But,
my God.
But she said fuck, what was it? Because it was good. No, basically she said, "What do you call an one girl?" And you say, "Oh, I got it."
Okay. All right.
What do you call a one-armed girl?
I don't know.
Eileen.
That's a one-legged girl.
Okay,
What do you
then.
call a woman with one leg? Eileen.
Okay, then let's switch it. Let's start over.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a pool? Bob. Good night.
No, what do you call a one-legged girl? Eileen.
And what do you call an Asian one-legged girl?
Irene!
Good night!
Yes! That was the fucking one! I'm so excited! God damn it, yes! I'm so glad we all, because I would have gone home and fucking smashed my head.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes! That was it!
And on that note, thank you, Howie Dewey, for being here on Old School, New School Comedy, and tell everybody where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me at Howie_Dewey, Instagram, Twitter, fucking Facebook, whatever. Howie Dewey. There's not a lot of Howie Deweys out there. HOWIEDEWEY. Join Cash Daddy's podcast.
Yes.
You'll make some cash. Fucking look at Quinn. He still looks homeless, but he's working
He's the
his
bar
way
manager
up.
here.
Yeah, he's bar
Go
manager.
back in the basement, you fucking maniac.
Go back there and jerk off on a rat,
Right.
you fucking freak.
All right, that's been another edition of Old School, New School Comedy. Quinn's in the back jerking off. This is Howie Dewey. I'm Christy Miller. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the show.
Yeah.
We love you. See you next week, bitch. Bye.